All right, y'all, let's get to it. Always prep the haircut before you cut. Make sure you cut clean hair. You have the best haircut possible. Start with the foam. The foam helps you lay the hairs down. It's not such a sticky product, or it's not going to be thick or cloggy. So it should not interfere with your cutting. It doesn't for me. Once you get those hairs laid down, some people like to put like nylon stocking caps on the hem of the head or do-rags, but this should be fine. Now the hair's all prepped up, hair's laying down. I start framing out my cuts. Whenever I do tapers, again, it's up to you, your call, but this is what I do. It's very successful for me to frame them out. Put those lines on the bars in the back, put the lines on the curves in the front if you have to, especially if it's going to be a low taper. You definitely want to frame out where you're going to land that taper when it's time. So framing out is very key to me. Framing it out again, this is putting the arc on the taper in the back, making sure that you curve it. And I'm going to tell you why. You don't have to on every haircut, but sometimes when I find that after 30 years plus of cutting hair, 35 to be exact, and you got somebody with a smaller neck, it's best to curve it like this. Now if you have a wider necked client, then you can do a line straight across. It won't really matter because you'll get it out in your blend. But when you have someone with a smaller neck or a smaller nape in their neck, it's always good to arch it so that when you start hitting that 1-inch open blade, knocking it out, starting your first dimension, you'll be teeing up the actual taper in the back that way by doing that. Now, this is where it gets tricky, and you have to have some experience and start using kind of like your own judgment, but knowing how low the client wants their hair, they say keep it dark or knock it to the waves. So this is really complementing the waves and the pattern. We're gonna wait on that taper. For some reason, sometimes you can change it up. I always say cutting hair, you don't have to have a cookie cutter process of doing it. Once I laid the hair down, now I'll get into start my taper and starting with this demarcation line. That 1/2 inch start of my blend, taking out the demarcation line. Now we opening up the blade, hitting it some more. I'm gonna put this guard on with the open blade because I don't want to go lower than what I did with the open blade without the guard. Now when you have somebody that rocks a do-rag, hair hats all the time or different things like that, be aggressive right here, y'all. Don't be bashful about getting there, getting under that what I call a preacher roll or the little fat neck roll, whatever. But getting up under there, getting aggressive is going to really help you out. And as you can see here, we're on the side taper. We're zeroing them all the way out. And with these what they call the foil shavers, you almost have to treat them like clippers because once the hair gets so low, you can go too high with that zero out point. So just be careful of that. Do keep the same flick in your wrist. All right, we're coming to a close. I always like finishing off the facials sometimes. Sometimes I might start with the facials. While I'm waiting for the foam to dry, I may put the nylon cap on the do-rag. While I'm waiting for that, I might want to go ahead and attack the face. But right here, we're saving the best for last. Cleaned it off to the lip. Now we're doing our finishing touches on the lineup, making it crispy. You know how I feel about the extra crispy lineups. They're very essential. It's like cleaning up your room, but you didn't make up the bed. Your lineup is making up the bed. You gotta make up the bed. You can't do all this fading and tapering and all these blurry fades and all this excellence and then have a raggedy line on your client. No good. Same thing on the other side. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And once we get to this point where we're looking at final touches, fix it. If you can see something, fix it. Don't let your client get up and see something, or he get in the car with his girl and she be like, ooh, he missed this part right here. He should have fixed this. Fix what you can see. The best of your ability, the best you can. If you see it while they're still in front of you, stop what you're doing and fix it. That's what excellence does. Finished product. Tell me what you think. Like and share. Leave those comments. Thanks a lot, guys. Until the next one.